I am here today at Kalen Sports in Romeoville to take you through some Flyers hockey. Puck is dropped and we are underway.
We're going to compete and we're going to bat. We have to compete all 3 periods.
Flyers came out hot. The Flyers to an early lead. Zone shot, he scores!
The culture that they have there is pretty special.
Really happy to be back and excited for a season of had of great hockey.
Shot, rebound, scores!
They're creating their own energy. The energy has totally changed.
Batting that puck out of the air. Big shot, another shot. He goes upstairs. The whole building is buzzing. And a big save! Forehand shot, rebound, scores! Oh my goodness, what a play!
We want to play as a unit.
You can see the joy and excitement on the faces of the Flyers players. We're equally as excited here in the broadcast booth.
Great hockey being played
At Camlin this weekend.
What a goal for the Lewis Flyers!
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months and whose daughter is due any day. We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. We're with all service members and their families who need community, connection, and maybe a bit of magic. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today. We're with Liam after his 4th military move, when being new is starting to get old. We're with Tara during the holidays, when she misses home the most. We're with all service members and their families who need connection, comfort, and a home away from home. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
You're looking for your opportunity to make a difference that impacts your world for the better. And no one is better equipped to help you do that than Lewis University. With 37 graduate degree and certificate programs, we can help you develop the skills required to maximize your performance and value in today's workforce. Classes meet in 8-week sessions, 100% online, on campus, or a mix of both designed for working adults. Your time is now. Transform your skills and potential with a graduate degree from Lewis University.
Can you help me?
Mom, Dad, we're going out.
Thank you.
Oh, look, they're playing chess.
What you got there?
Will you help my mom?
She's real sick, huh? Hey, crew, I'll give the first move to anyone who signs up to be an organ donor. How do you do it?
Easy. Just go to organdonor.gov.
You heard him, organdonor.gov.
More donors means more hope. Sign up at organdonor.gov.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dad. Happy birthday to you.
What are you gonna wish for, Grandpa?
Don't just wish you had taken care of your hearing loss. Take action today. Visit actnow.hearing.com to learn the signs and find an ACHA certified audiologist near you.
I'm originally from Janesville, Wisconsin. I kind of grew up by an airport, and in that time, pretty much I fell in love with airplanes. They were always flying over my house and everything. I got my private pilot's license the beginning of my sophomore year, and then after that I got my instrument rating first semester of my junior year, and right now I'm working on my commercial license. I do want to start with corporate aviation. I think it would kind of be cool to get a perspective in both worlds. My end game is airlines eventually. Lewis has kind of kept my passion alive for aviation just because of how frequently we fly. We fly 2 to 3 times a week, which is a lot more than other flight schools where you don't even start flying until your junior year. I'm definitely happy I chose Lewis, especially with the airport being right on campus. I think it's honestly really helpful. The people here that I've met, I've loved pretty much everything about Lewis.
This is the story of Lewis University, located 35 miles southwest of Chicago. Founded in 1932 with a focus on aviation technology, Lewis is a Catholic and Lasallian university that welcomes students of all faiths and cultures. Your understanding of diverse cultures will help you to succeed in the global workplace. At Lewis, our faculty walk side by side with our students, helping them apply what they learn in the classroom to real life. In law enforcement, nursing, aviation, business, the sciences, teaching, and the arts, all making a difference. Our students have purpose in learning. They're problem solvers, thinkers, doers. Upon graduation, Lewis students are prepared to create better communities, communities that universally welcome, support, and encourage all to create a better world. Now it is your turn. How will you impact our world? Apply at lewisu.edu.
Every 2 seconds, a hospital patient needs a life-saving blood transfusion. Every 2 seconds, there's an urgent need for blood donation. Every second matters. In an emergency, doctors may face impossible choices. Who gets blood and who must wait? Will you roll up a sleeve and give? Because of you, life doesn't stop. Donate blood. Make your appointment today at Vitalant.org.
Hello, I'm Will Jimeno. I'm a retired Port Authority police detective and a 9/11 survivor. For 13 hours, I was buried under the rubble of the World Trade Center. I was rescued thanks to brave people who were willing to put their own lives on the line to save mine. For 9/11 this year, a National Day of Service, I'll be paying it forward by taking time to help others. Please join me by doing your own good deed that day. Visit 911day.org to learn more.
Providing students with the skills and qualities needed to be successful, the Lewis University Radio and Television Broadcasting Department prepares students for high-level performance in their endeavors. The broadcasting professors supply students with numerous chances outside of the classroom to sharpen their tools and get a taste of the real world of broadcasting.
I just thought it was really interesting and I want to go into sports media. Everyone's really welcoming, even if you have no experience. Like, you will be uncomfortable at the beginning, like I was, but once you start into it, you'll be more comfortable as your teachers explain everything.
Technical directing, editing, producing, and anchoring are just some of the countless broadcasting roles students can get involved with during their first week in the program. From being on the air to producing behind the scenes, students will acquire valuable life skills in addition to what they learned in broadcasting. All majors are welcome, and to get started, visit lewisu.edu/admissions so you can make a difference and take your talents to the next level.
And with that, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome inside Camlin Sports in Romeoville, your home for Lewis Flyers hockey. My name is Logan Kapp, and I'm here today to take you through the second game in this two-game series between the Lewis Flyers and the visiting St. Norbert College Green Knights. Yesterday, the Flyers edged out a victory over the Green Knights by a final score of 7-1. And looked really well. The Flyers had a tough series last weekend against the Illinois State University Redbirds and bounced back quite nicely here against the Green Knights. Played really well overall, created chances, played 60 minutes of hockey. And talking to head coach of Flyers hockey, Jim Sawyer, before the game today, he was also very satisfied with his team's performance. He would like to see a few more adjustments to have a little bit more creativity in the offensive zone, shoot the puck a little bit more, and ultimately create some more scoring chances. Starting goalies, to my left-hand side, Thomas Labno is getting his first look for Jim Sawyer this year. It's been all the big man Sam Zagat thus far, and he had the win credited to him yesterday. But Labs is getting a look for the Flyers today. To my right, looks like A.J. Smith will be back in net for the Green Knights. Played really well, made a lot of great saves yesterday. The Flyers were peppering him throughout the course of that hockey game as he comes out to play that puck up the near side wall. The keys for the Lewis Flyers today will be get the foot down on the gas pedal early and continue again playing 60 minutes of hockey. It's something that they've struggled with throughout the season thus far and did a pretty good job yesterday in turning on the Jets in all three periods, and they'll look to do the same here against the Green Knights on this beautiful Saturday afternoon in Romeoville. Puck skated through the neutral zone here. Stumpfin over the Green Knight line. He throws one on goal, and it's saved by Smith. Rung around the far side to Ricci on the half wall. Gave it right to Chaz Del Marcel, who was the player of the game, or the player to watch rather, for the Green Knights yesterday. Had one goal for his squad. He was also the lone goal scorer last Saturday, in that tough loss that the Green Knights suffered to the NIU Huskies. That was 9-1 last Friday and 7-1 on Saturday. Green Knights this afternoon are looking for their first win since September 21st when they took on the Milwaukee School of Engineering Raiders and beat them a final score of 5-3 way back then. Face off the left wing side of A.J. Smith, 18:24 left to go in the first period. Flyers looking for another quick start. Here's Josh David in the near side corner. He had one yesterday, and his line played really well. A line of David, Pramack, and Stumpf. We got the game first penalty coming up. The Flyers will be going shorthanded as Alagna will touch it up. Tripping is the call. That will be Pramack, who's sitting down. The Flyers did not have to kill off a penalty yesterday. That was something else that Jim Sawyer was very satisfied with. The fact that they were able to play more disciplined hockey. That was a challenge for them last weekend for the Flyers. But special teams getting a couple looks on the power play. They'll get to try one on the kill as Labno soaks that one up and will hold on for a whistle. 17:57 left to go in the first. 8 seconds gone on the Green Knight power play. They win the faceoff. Near side one-timer by Casalt was wide. Puck is cleared up the near side wall by Adrian Abram. Will Malloy gets it to Pamilo right in front of the Flyers bench, who gave it to Ulmer, and he flings it all the way down and out to play to Smith behind the net. Yurkov. He'll quarterback this power play rush. Minute 22 left on that power play. Muzinski ditched it up to Casalt, who slaps it down behind the net, where Malloy controls far side corner. Cycles it down to Pamillo. Plays catch with Malloy. Turns away from Logan Stumpf. Left it for Pamillo. He's got it top of the circles and sends it down near side right to the stick of Mike Stack, who's thrown into the boards there by Sean Yurkov. Centering pass is broken up by Abram. He'll win that race and slap it all the way down. An excellent shift for the Flyer newcomer there in Abram. Back in the Flyer zone, Yurkov has the puck. Tried to stick handle around Stumpf, who got in the way and sent it down to Pickens in the near side corner. Flyers without Dan Johnson today. He suffered an injury in the second period, an upper body injury, and will be out for a while. Possibility of surgery needed. So today, Logan Pickens is playing defense as he sauces that one up. Look out. Hello. Head coach of the Green Knights, Dan Wood, moving fast, showed some fancy footwork there on the bench. Had to avoid the puck that was coming in hot after Pickens cleared it across the ice right into the Norbert bench. We're going to try again to the left wing side of Labno. One back by David. Labno clears it into the corner right to Soman. He tried to send it up to the point, but Luke Wessel wasn't there, so he's forced back to his own blue line. Soman's got it. Up the near side, centers it, hops over the stick of Josh David. Now Wilninski's got it. And he launches it down into the Norbert end, and that will just about do it for the St. Norbert College power play. Pramac out of the box, 5-on-5 hockey. Power play unsuccessful. First one that the Green Knights have had all weekend. Stick down, here's Gilbert. Went right off the referee, who gave Gilbert an earful. Puck hopped over Pramac's stick, who was behind Norbert defense. Smith came out to play it, and it's sent up all the way down the ice for an icing call. .33 left to go in period one. We'll see a face-off to the left wing side of A.J. Smith. Scotty Ernsting moves in to take the draw. The points and goals leader for the Lewis Flyers yesterday, number 86 in white. Always dangerous. Stump's got it in the near side corner. Pushed off the puck by Roland Callan. Shoved up the near side wall. In to get it is Pamillo on the forecheck. He races with Alagna, who won it. And again, whistled down for an icing call. Chaz Del Marcel is forced back onto the ice after trying to commence a sneaky line change with Sean Yurkov. Face-off once again won by Scotty Ernsting. Ricci throws one on goal. It's paddled aside by Smith. Stick down behind the net. Critcher is there, has it taken away by Goot. Stumpf finds it in the middle. Saucer pass, far side Alagna. He throws one on goal. It's high up off the glass and rings all the way out of the zone. Ricci passes deflected up to Goot, who leaves it for Ernsting. He throws one on goal, and it went off the stick of Patrick Muzinski. And behind, Wessel smacks it up the near side wall to Casalt, who's in the Flyers zone. Abram on the back check took it away, and he gave it away right after that. Malloy sends it across the rink. where it's found by Alagna. Far side wall. Puck was out of the reach of Ethan Ropaz. And now charging up is Yurkov. Gave it away, and it's slapped back into St. Norbert zone. Smith came out to play it, but gave it away. Ropaz couldn't get anything going, and now Yurkov will try. Scooped in right to Labno, who didn't want to misplay it, so he just covered up. 13:48 left to go in the first period. We're all tied up, 0 goals aside. Face-off is won cleanly by the Flyers. Here's Josh David. Leaves it for Pramack. He's into the zone. His pass was just out of the reach of David. And now Steck forced a turnover and tried to loft it into the zone, but was up just a little bit too high and into the rafters here at Callan. So that will draw another whistle. 13:32 left to go. And we'll see a face-off at center ice. In conversation before the game with the Flyers head coach, Jim Swoyer. He was looking for some more clean plays in the defensive zone. Here's Josh David. Stick handles, trying to stuff attempt. But A.J. Smith had his left foot pressed against the post. A shot from David was high and wide of the net. Steck will slap one on goal. And it's controlled by Smith, who will hold on. As I started to say, the Flyers still need to work on decision-making in the defensive zone. Had one too many turnovers for Jim Swoyer's liking yesterday. His big point of emphasis to me was playing simple hockey. He felt like his guys were trying to do too much of the offensive zone, trying to make too many passes and not making the simple play, which in more cases than not is the best play. Here's Ernsting in on his backhand. He throws one on goal, and it's saved by Smith. Here now comes Will Malloy. He's in over the Flyer line. Centering pass found Pamillo, and it actually just evaded his stick. And the Flyers get away with one, and Labno kind of awkwardly captured that one in his chest area and will hold on nonetheless. 12:26 left now in the first period. Much better start for the Green Knights today. Have had a couple scoring chances as Labno reaches behind the goal line to cover that one up. And it's won cleanly by Ulmer into the corner. Alagna gave it away to Casault, who couldn't control. Run around to Ropaz on the far side. He's revving up the Jets in over the Green Knight line and pushes it in. Walninski battles away for it. Left for Ropaz. To the point, it's Alagna with it. Cycles it down to Ulmer, who could not control. In comes Del Marcel to get it. On the point, Pickens with a drive. It deflected out in front. And Ropaz is pushed down to the ice by Nope. But in the process, A.J. Smith made the save. 11:44 left now in period one. Still tied up. 0 goals aside, and a point of emphasis for the Flyers this whole weekend was to win more periods of hockey. Jim Swoyer was unsatisfied as that stuff attempt from Pramack is saved by Smith. He's unsatisfied with the Flyers' play last weekend. Here comes Pamillo into the zone. Excellent defensive stick from Pickens, sent him into the corner. Here now is Malloy. His shot goes up off the crossbar and screaming out of play. As Labno will turn around and thank his post. Best chance of the game for the Green Knights. That was Will Malloy, who was just inside the faceoff dot and tried to go upstairs on Labno, but went off instead the top of the iron and out of play. Centering pass went right through the crease. To the point is Callan. His shot got deflected out in front and bounced behind the net. David has it taken away by Malloy, who will keep pressure on. 11 minutes left here now in period one. Cross-ice pass was blocked by Sean Yurkov, who was down on one leg. Primak with a shot goes right into the glove of Smith, who will hold on. Right back the other way for the Lewis Flyers. Caleb Primak. Primak, having a goal called back yesterday, was standing right on the top of the blue paint and kind of batted at the puck and deflected it, got a stick on it, and it was ruled to be a high stick. Upon further review, I'm still not sure. You be the judge. In the offensive zone is Goot. Down low to Ernsting. Looking for the middle. That was Stumpf, who could not control that pass from Ernsting. Lifting out. Here comes Chaz Del Marcel. Way out to play it is Labno, who beat out Del Marcel and sent it right into Mike Stack. Great aggressive goalie play from Labno. Here comes Stack in over the Green Knight line. Wines fakes the slap shot. He still got it. Stack will shoot. And it's saved by Smith. Ernsting will fire, and it got deflected out in front that time. Rebound is found by Del Marcel. Couldn't get it out. And it's sent kitty corner by Logan Pickens. In his own zone, Abram. Green Knights making a line change up the far side. Will get it over the red line and in. Noah Kircher hit it up to Pamillo. Now there was Yurkov. Abram up to Rapaz. In his own zone, Blake, no, passed it right through the middle of the ice. Logan Pickens got it. Hey, Norbert thought it was over the line, but the referee was in perfect position to make that call. Here now, Pamillo's in over the Flyer line, and it's gloved down by Ulmer. Here's Pamillo, left and off for Malloy. He tries a shot, but it was blocked by Pickens. Malloy finds his own rebound. Kircher, Malloy throws one on goal, and it was deflected by Pamillo up in front, but it was deflected just wide. Puck gets sent to Kircher, who blew a tire and then got up and threw it right into the Flyers bench. Worked out well for the Lewis Flyers there. Kircher could have gotten that puck up fast. The whole Flyers lineup was making a line change. And I believe the Green Knights would have been going in just about 4-on-0. Alagna will get it in. Primak will win the race. He's got it now, controls, left it for David. He works the puck to the middle of the ice. Josh David tried to skate it in front. And with his blocker firmly pressed against the ice was A.J. Smith. And a pile up. Josh David basically tried to skate that one in front of the net, but ran right into the stick of A.J. Smith, who had it firmly planted on the ice, not allowing David to skate it in. Glove down by Del Marcel across to Casalt, who will send it in. Labno out to play it, sends it around to the far side boards. And now in his own zone was David. Controlling now is Ricci. David up to Primak. He's got Fronte into the zone. Primak, an excellent back check centering pass, was about 3 feet behind Alex Fronte. That was an excellent back check there from Chase Casal to tie it up. Pramac not allowing him to get the pass that he wanted to the middle of the ice. And the Flyers have iced that puck. 7:46 left to go in the first period. Still tied at 0 goals aside. Face off in the circle to Labno's left. One forward by Yurkov. Centering pass could not find Malloy. And that'll allow the Flyers to get a line change. Here's Nope. Rifles it into the Flyers zone. Found by Ricci on the far side. Now Goots got it. Battles away with Pamillo. Flyers turn it over. Pamillo's got it. He shoots and he scores. Once again, a point for the Lewis Flyers was to clean up and make better decisions in the defensive zone. They did not do that right there. Gave it right to Chase Pamillo, who had 1 goal yesterday. And as we talked a little bit about yesterday, Pamillo grew up playing hockey here for the Romeoville Huskies in this very rink. So I stand by the point that I made yesterday that maybe Pamillo's a little bit more familiar with the ice surface here. Abram falls down, gives it off to Stumpf. First time this weekend the Green Knights have led at all. In his own zone, Goot. Motors around the net, up to Stumpf. Flyers looking for a response. Stumpf's pass was out of the reach of Ernsting, but the icing's waved off, so back in his own zone is Wessel. Left it for Casal. In with speed is Luke Wessel. Far side corner collides with Stack. And into support was Abram, who sent it out. Malloy has Jake Wilninski right on him and ran into a big shoulder from Stack. And now Logan Pickens will try. Scooped up the far side wall. Nobody there. And the Flyers slap it in. This is another thing that the Flyers have been working on in practice, is bouncing back after getting scored on and changing the momentum. Getting that momentum pendulum to swing back in their favor. Here comes Pamillo into the zone again. He's got support. Slap shot is high and wide. Halagna on the back check was Chase Pamillo, who's playing on both sides of the puck right now. With speed now is Will Malloy. Into the Flyers zone. Trying to hit Nope with the pass, but in the way was Benalagna. Here comes Josh David in with speed. He's got Fronte in the middle. David Dupre, and they score! An excellent feed from Josh David right to Alex Fronte, who gets his second goal of the weekend. And the Flyers have evened things up at 1 goal aside. As I said, the Flyers have been working on bouncing back after getting scored on and getting the momentum back in their favor. And that goal from Fronte just did that. Backhanded out by Casal all the way down the ice. And it will go far enough for an icing call. 4:52 left to go in the first period. It's all tied up. Josh David, former member of the Chase Heat, has been doing wonders here for the Lewis Flyers thus far, as he had a goal yesterday, and his line of David, Stumpf, and Pramack had plenty of opportunities. Stumpf had a goal. Rebound to Ernsting, and he fanned on the shot. It went right to his stick, and he was wide open. Puck has bounced out. In to get it is Tommy Solman. He's got Casalt in the middle. Solman's ridden up against the boards by Abram, and a battle ensues in the far side corner. Abram skates away with the puck, and will spoon it out. In his own zone, Wessel. Under 4 minutes left to go now. See who's going to take a lead into the dressing room, if anybody, is Frontes right back on the ice after scoring that goal. Excellent body play from Mike Steck on the Green Knight blue line, who held his ground and had almost an old school hip check right there on Will Malloy. He'll skate the puck into St. Norbert's end. Centering pass, and they score again! Right back to work is Josh David, who was in perfect position to receive that pass from Stack. And once again, that line putting the puck in the back of the net, taking the Flyers to their first lead of this hockey game. Josh David gets his second goal of the weekend. And that's the second goal for the Lewis Flyers in about the last 2 minutes. Here's Rapaz into the zone. Has his stick lifted, and it's sent out by Nope. Brought right back in by Ulmer. To the point is Pickens. To the near side, Steck. He hesitated and threw it on goal. Ulmer finds it and fanned on the shot. Had he found it, he would have been looking at a wide open goal. Rapaz in over the line. Is forced back, and the Flyers now control. This is exactly what Jim Sawyer was talking about. Bouncing back after a goal, putting the momentum back in their favor, and then getting another one relatively quickly. They'll try to carry this lead into this first intermission. 2:20 left to go. In the offensive zone, Pamillo throws one on goal, and a save up high by Labno will cause another face-off in the Flyers zone. Left wing side of the Flyers net. Ernsting moves in. Will win it once again. Set face-off play by the Lewis Flyers will send Logan Stumpf ahead. Falls down, picks it back up, and Stumpf tried to roof it, but missed the net altogether. In the offensive zone is Good. Centering pass was blocked by Luke Wessel, who was down and made an excellent defensive play. Going back the other way, Del Marcel, and another save made by Labno. This time it's punched into the near side corner. Ernsting revving up the Jets through the neutral zone. He's in on his backhand with speed. Ernsting trying to leave it for Logan Stumpf. And it was taken away and sent out by Chaz Del Marcel. Ernsting picks it up on the center dot and forced over the zone. Now here's Ernsting trying to hit Josh David, who's right back on the ice. They find Steck in the middle, but that pass hopped right over his stick blade, and Pramack sends it down low. Steck couldn't quite keep it in. That'll force the Flyers out of the zone. Right back in is David. He's got it. Spinorama, centering pass, And he couldn't find Pramack, who was right on the top of the blue paint. Less than 60 seconds left to go in this first period. Fronte to the point to Abram. He snaps one on goal, and that one's just wide. Found by Stack, who once again had a shot. Turned aside by Smith. Del Marcel. Left it up for, that was Will Malloy, who ran into a big shoulder from Steck. Right into the zone is Pramack, centering pass to Fronte. 30 seconds left to go in this first period. And that puck is slapped all the way out by Soman. Flyers reaching down deep in their back pocket to pull out some energy. They'll have one more rush here with less than 15 seconds left to go. Mike Stack with an excellent fake pass. Here comes Fronte. It's sent ahead to Rapaz. The pass was just out of his reach, though, and will trickle into the near side corner, and that will do it for the first period. The Lewis Flyers, once again, coming out of the dressing room. A little bit slower start than they had yesterday. However, they were able to pull things together and score a couple quick ones and take a one-goal lead into the dressing room. I know head coach Jim Swire's got to be pretty happy with that performance, just based on what he told me before this hockey game. The hard part for the Flyers, they still got 40 minutes of hockey to play. After a tough game yesterday, a tough series last week against ISU, they'll look to get another win here at Camden. We'll see period number 2 in about 15 minutes. You're watching Flyers hockey right here on the Lewis University Television Network.
I don't know, I like to have everything perfect, even though it's hard to make it that way. So I'm going to be messing with these cameras like crazy the next hour. It's about 3.5 hours to get lower thirds for our guests and anchors, B-roll. But if you notice here too, we have kind of 2 different sets we're working with today. This is our normal anchor desk over there, and then we'll have Allie, one of our anchors, interview our guest Angie today. There you are. You have your mic?
Yes, I am mic'd.
All right. You are mic'd or you have it? Oh, perfect.
Exams. They might have.
See that right there? That is perfect. Fantastic levels right there.
Testing center.
We got 2 minutes, so we're just going to go back up to the top of the script. Are there mics down? 15 seconds. Play it. Ready on both their mics, 2 and 3. Take them.
Good evening. Thank you for joining Lewis University's television network. Focuses on recycling and redistributing chemicals are to flag.
It's always important to know too how long each clip is. So it's like 45.
Forced against people who weren't put through the law to enforcement. The investigation is ongoing. Up
Both
next,
mics.
we will have your local news. We'll be right back.
Play it. Is it playing?
Should be.
All right, mic's down.
Mics are down.
All right.
I think.
Oh, the first one, we're only going to have a minute. The first one didn't play, so I'll tell them. Ready on Allie's mic. And take it.
The mayor floor leader of Chicago.
Go ahead, Bridget. Oh, wait. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, you caught me.
Following a disturbance that ensued. Up next, we will have your Lewis Spotlight. Then we will have your Lewis Sports Update. Stay with us.
Play it. Mic's down. Yeah, just where you were before. Make sure both of you guys are framed up right. Yeah, you're right there. You can just stay.
I am Citlali Romo. And I'm Allison Lankwitz. Have a great night.
Play it. Mic's down. All right. You guys are clear. I thought it went pretty well. I know we had a lot of issues beforehand, and it was kind of chaotic. I mean, overall, I thought it went fine. The anchors did a good job. I did an all right job. But it looked good though. So hopefully everyone go check it out on the YouTube channel. Got to shout it out.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to like experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
It helped me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
From Oak Point, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I am a graduate student, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a commuter student, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I am Sidney Butler, also known as King Kwan, and I am proud to be a Lewis Flyer.
I'm an international student, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I'm from St. Augustine, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I'm an aviation maintenance major, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a first-year student, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I am a general construction pre-apprentice, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm an undergraduate student, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I am a transfer student, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I am a fully online student. I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm from Homer Glen, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I am an international graduate student from China. I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a women's basketball player, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
My name is William Jones. I'm glad to be a flyer for Lewis University.
I'm a veteran of the United States Air Force, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a graduate student at Oak Brook campus, and we are Flyers.
I'm from Chicago, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a track and field athlete, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I am from Brazil, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I am a graduate student, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a biology and chemistry major, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers. We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
My name is Grace Duflon. I am a double major in public relations and advertising, as well as organizational communication, and I am from Delafield, Wisconsin. I was searching for a major for almost 2 years, and I'm very glad that I chose public relations because I do really enjoy talking with others, being creative, writing, designing, and all of those elements are incorporated in the major. My Lewis experience has been very hands-on. There was one class in particular, our public relations writing class, where we got to work with SEO Community Development Services, and they work to revitalize neighborhoods and work with underserved communities. And this was a full semester project where we were able to create lots of public relations and advertising materials, and we also got to work on our client services skills because we met with the owner on a weekly basis. This project gave us great real-life experience and also helped me realize that I do love the client services aspect of public relations, and I would love to do that in my career someday.
Can you help me?
we're going out.
Thank you.
Oh, look, they're playing chess.
What you got there?
Will you help my mom?
She's real sick, huh? Hey, crew, I'll give the first move to anyone who signs up to be an organ donor. How do you do it?
Easy. Just go to organdonor.gov.
You heard him, organdonor.gov.
More donors means more hope. Sign up at organdonor.gov.
I'm Allison Lankwitz, and my majors are psychology and radio, television broadcasting. My junior year, I realized that I had enough credits to pursue a minor, and it was recommended that I do radio, television broadcasting just because I had discussed what I like to do with my counselor. I realized really quickly that it was something that I wanted to do full time. I got to take advantage of having my own radio show here through WLRA, and I realized I loved talking with people. I loved communicating with people, not just studying them like in psych, but actually having conversations and being on air. And that's when I realized you can take whatever you're passionate about in your life and turn it into your living. My Lewis experience has been very impactful. I think I've grown to become more confident, and I think I've realized the ways that I was created by God, and now I'm able to change the world.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Lewis University is full of devoted students ready to take the first step into their future. A group of hard-working and devoted students using the tools and resources provided and the experiences and opportunities gifted to them to identify their passion and explore their purpose, working endlessly to find their true calling.
All right, welcome back to the Lewis University Television Network. Logan Kemp here for period number 2 of Flyers hockey. The Flyers ended up taking a 1-goal lead into the dressing room. Courtesy of Josh David and Alex Fronte. Assist from on Fronte's goal from Josh David. He's got 2 points in this hockey game, and assists on Fronte's goal were Steck and Pramack. That line for the Lewis Flyers has really been contributing a lot of Pramack and David. Be hard-pressed to tell you how many points altogether they have garnered over these past 2 games, but really been doing a good job in the offensive zone, creating time and space. They've also been doing a good job of shifting the momentum back into the favor of the Lewis Flyers. No, there's kind of off to a slow start here in period 2. I don't know what is going on. The referees were in a couple extra minutes of time in the locker room eating a protein bar or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Jim Swire just looked up here and gave me a little side smile like he doesn't know what's going on either, which isn't necessarily the best thing, but nonetheless, we're getting ready to drop the puck here again. Thomas Labno getting his first look for the Lewis Flyers. He's played really well throughout the course of this hockey game already. Nice body contact there from Abram, who was able to push Malloy off the puck. A centering pass went right off the skate of Wilninski, and the Flyers are able to force it over the line. Here Wilninski gets it back. He's in over the St. Norbert line this time, and he's closed off the puck by Malloy. Flyers still trying to control in the offensive zone. Steck now back in his own end. Backhands it up the near side wall to Caden Ulmer. He sends it in. Catawampus to the far side. It's rung all the way around the net. The Flyers couldn't get anything going. Here comes Pamillo into the zone. He's got the lone goal for the Green Knights thus far. Pass was out of the reach of Fronte. Back to behind the net was Smith. Gave it away to Pramack. He's got it in the offensive zone. Caleb Pramack has a shot, and it was just wide. Could not be deflected by Fronte. With speed is Casalt in over the Flyer line. He throws one on goal, and it could not be knocked down in front of the net by Soman. Here comes the goal scorer, one of them anyway, Josh David, who was taken out by Noah Critcher, who broke his stick in the process. Here's Alagna. Backhands it in front, and it's pushed into the corner there by Nope. Here now, Del Marcel sauces it up ahead to Soman. His entry attempt was thwarted by the stick of Logan Pickens. And now Del Marcel in the near side corner, trying a centering pass, and it was hit off the stick of Soman and went into the far side corner. Josh David trying to cross-ice pass to Ernsting, but it was broken up. In his own zone now is Pickens. Rink-wide pass to found the stick of Logan Stumpf. Far side is Ernsting. Top of the circles has a pass attempt to Logan Stumpf, who could not find it. Stumpf's got it now on the near side. Face-off dot. His shot was blocked by Yurkov. He sauces it up to Casalt, who couldn't knock it down in control. And he'll win out that race for the icing, negating that call. Alagna right up to the point where Callan will have a one-time drive that was wide. Cassell in the near side corner trying to feed Yurkov on the dot. Was broken up, and now Ernsting will get his attempt at it. Stumpf, few quick stick handles, leaves it for Ernsting in the far side corner. Pulled out of there by Yurkov. Norbert can't clear, stuck on the point. He throws one on goal, and the rebound sat in front. It's there and found by Ernsting, and he scores! Scotty Ernsting was right on it to pick up the loose change out in front of A.J. Smith, who thought he had the puck, actually looked behind him for a moment. And while he was doing that, Ernsting was moving in and putting the puck in the back of the net to take the Flyers up by 2 goals with 16:28 left to go in the second. Scotty Ernsting also getting his second goal of the weekend, had one yesterday. Flyers trying to get another quick one here in this second period. Up the near side wall, Steck beat Pamillo. And Rapaz has it taken away by Will Malloy. On the point is Yurkov. He left it for Pamillo in the near side corner. Wessel slapped one on goal, and it sat there. Pamillo finds it, and he shoots, and a big save is made by Labno, who had to react quickly as Pamillo moved in and had a quick snapshot. Labno shown his quickness. We talked with Sam Zagat on the Lewis Hockey Podcast a couple weeks ago, and he talked about both goalies' practice routines. A lot of times, the goalies are the first ones on the ice for practice. Here's Pramek in the offensive zone. Centering pass, went off a skate, and going back with speed is Gilbert. He's in over the Flyer line. Del Marcella's with them, and Logan Pickens on the back check. Picked it up and had an excellent defensive play. Pickens to the middle is Abram. Cycles it down to Pramek, far side corner. 15:06 left in the second frame. Abram with the drive is kicked out with a big right pad save from Smith. And Abram kept it in momentarily, but it's scooped out. Fresh off the bench is Goot, who will go in on the forecheck. Abram gave it right to Wessel, but Flyers captain Brian Goot took it right back. Del Marcel rings it around the glass behind his own net. It'll bounce out to center ice. And a big hit is made by Brian Goot on Luke Wessel. And another hit made by Goot, who's doing a good job throwing his weight around on this shift. Logan Stumpf will rev up the Jets through the neutral zone, has his pocket picked by Pamillo. And now on the blue line, here's Yurkov. He has a drive, and a big blocker save is made by Labno. Centering pass by Pamillo, found the stick of Logan Stumpf, who led a pass ahead to Scotty Ernsting. He's on the face-off dot and has a shot, and that's saved with a big blocker by A.J. Smith, and it's punched up into the protective netting, and that will cause a stoppage of play. 13:45 left to go in the second. Flyers up by 2. Courtesy of Ernsting and Josh David. A shot from Ricci is easily turned aside by Smith. He'll have a chance to get it going again. Braden Ricci will. Ricci Spears it ahead to Rapaz, who couldn't control. Now Caden Ulmer will dance it through the neutral zone. Yurkov cannot clear. Gets sauced up to Malloy. He's got Pamela with him. Malloy has a shot, and a big save is made. He made a second stop. Thomas Labno. What a stop. Has another save right there as the Flyers finally clear that puck. Wolninski gets it in the offensive zone. Ulmer sent it down low, where Rapaz was put down. A shot from the point goes off the side of the goal frame. And Ulmer takes some big contact from Callan. An excellent series of stops. The Lewis Flyers netminder, Thomas Labno, who kept squared up to the puck as Pramek avoided some big contact there. Here comes Steck. Will carry it into the St. Norbert line. Here's Steck. He will pull it and shoot, and it's saved by Smith. Steck will get it back in the middle. Steck has a drive, and way out to challenge was Smith, who made the save. And the Flyers having a series of excellent scoring chances. Steck rifles a pass to Pramek, who's in over the Norbert line. He's got a far side face-off dot. And down in the butterfly to make the save was A.J. Smith. And right back in are the Flyers. Pramek, top of the circle, will throw one, and it's high and wide. It might have went off a stick. Steck with a shot is patted aside by Smith, who kicks the net off in the process. And again, the Lewis Flyers, with their foot firmly pressed down on the gas pedal, are looking to extend their lead. 11:25 left to go in the second period. Here's Pickens. Stick handles through, some contact with Soman. And here's Goot. Down low to Ernsting. Gives it right back to Goot. He winds and fires, and again another save is made by Smith, who's doing a really good job cutting down the angle. Big contact in the neutral zone from Logan Stumpf on Mazewski. Stumpf couldn't find the puck. And Mazewski will win the race, and a faceoff will ensue in the Flyers zone. Seeing some nice physical play from the Lewis Flyers today. They're not known as a team that likes to throw the body around, but are doing a good job here against the Green Knights this afternoon. Have had some nice, clean body checks. Talked about it a little bit earlier. The Flyers not having to kill off any penalties yesterday, which, in all honesty, is a rarity in college hockey. With speed is Ernsting into the zone, and that shot went off the side of the frame. Scotty Ernsting had a couple Green Knights on him. Taken away by Pickens. Ernsting now over the line again. Ernsting leaves it off for Goot. He's got on his backhand centering pass to Scotty Ernsting, and he absolutely roofed it. Flyers are up by 3 goals. Ernsting gets his second of the matchup off a beautiful backhand feed from Brian Goot. A little give and go play in the offensive zone for the Lewis Flyers. Results in another puck in the back of the net. Flyers up by 3, 10-17 left to go in period 2. As we approach the halfway point in this hockey game, Flyers doing a good job. Puck bounced around in the slot, picked up by Ulmer. He's got it now. He winds and fires, and a shot that was labeled for the top left corner had a big shoulder save by Smith. Backhand pass was right on the stick of Ethan Ropaz, but he couldn't get it on goal. Far side, Casalt. Green Knights looking to stop the bleeding. Down low is Chaz Del Marcel. Sent up and out by Noah Kircher. Ricci with a dangerous cross-ice pass, found Caleb Pramack. He's got it in the offensive zone, but it was taken away by Noah Kircher. Gilbert could not handle it. Ricci ran into a big shoulder from Luke Wessel. And once again, St. Norbert looking to do anything they can to change this momentum. Slapped around the net and sent up and out by Chase Casalt. Stack into the zone again. He turns and shoots it, and it went right into the logo of A.J. Smith, who will freeze it. A timeout has been called by the Green Knights. I think head coach of the Knights, Dan Wood, is looking to turn things around here for his team. One thing that Jim Swire told me earlier this week about Dan Wood was he knew that his team would be well coached. Wood was coming off a couple years with DePaul and had a lot of success there. 65-27-1 was his final record with the Blue Demons, and decided to just start up this new program, this new ACHA D2 program at St. Norbert College. And I know Jim Swire's got a lot of respect for him and knows that he's a force behind the bench and that the Green Knights would be very well coached. This is, of course, during a timeout that was taken by Dan Wood to try and slow things down a little bit. It'll be interesting to see how the Flyers respond to this. Again, they've been working on swinging that momentum pendulum back into their favor. As Goot crunches Nope into the corner. And another big body check on the blue line on Will Malloy from Logan Stumpf. And this line, Logan Stumpf and Brian Goot doing a good job playing the body, and Scotty Ernsting's doing a good job putting the puck in the back of the net, playing all around good hockey for this Lewis Flyers line. Of course, any line that Logan Stumpf and the Magic Man are on are destined for good things. On the point is Steck. Tries to walk to the middle. He throws one on goal, and it's blockered down by Smith. On the near side half wall, Will Malloy chips it up to Dylan Pomillo. He's in with speed to the Flyer zone. Pomillo's got it. Tried to split the wickets, and Labno made the save. Thomas Labno coming out on top against a Green Knight player who knows how to put the puck in the back of the net. Had a goal yesterday, has the lone goal today. And Labno shut the door. Faints off to the circle to his right wing side. Won by the Green Knights. Here's Casalt. His shot was blocked by Logan Pickens. Has it pocket picked. Del Marcel will throw one on goal, and Labno made another stop. Rebound to the Green Knights. Muzinski down low, a centering pass, and a whistle goes. I believe the net is off its moorings. But again, Labno in perfect position to make that stop, and he'll see another face-off in his defensive zone. 7:55 left to go in the second. One by the Green Knights, but it's taken away by Josh David. Here's Muzinski trying to send it up to Soman, but it was taken away. Pramek now in over the Norbert line. Pramek tried to cut to the middle and fire, but it was poked off his stick by Soman. And he's the one who's got it now in over the Flyer line. An excellent defensive stick there from Logan Pickens. Will send the Flyers ahead. They're in 3-on-1. 3-on-2 rather. That shot, Fronte still got it across to Pramek. His shot, rebound was bounced around there, and it was cleared out by Del Marcel, who tried to hit Casalt, and it laid out in front. And a whistle. I think the call was icing, even though Labno touched it with his stick. You know, both coaches giving the referee an earful. Dan Wood upset that Labno touched the puck, and it was still ruled to be an icing. Jim Swoyer palms up on the bench because the Green Knights were allowed to change. I guess both guys have something to be upset about. Ricci on the point. He turns and shoots, and that shot goes right into the catching glove of Smith, who will freeze it. 6:51 left to go in the second. Ernsting, Goot, and Stumpf moves back onto the ice. Ernsting tied him up. Here's Pamillo. Works the puck into the Flyers zone. Near side corner's got Mike Steck right on him. Steck. Pamillo's got to battle through a couple shoulders, and finally the Flyers are able to take it away. Ernsting, a reverse hit there on Pamillo, and it's sent straight out of play by Braden Ricci. Luckily for him, this is not the NHL, so it's not a delay of game penalty. It went straight out. I'm also not sure. I'm not sure how well it comes across on TV, but a shot right there from Yurkov is absorbed by Labno, who will cause another face-off. But as I started to say, just to the right of the St. Norbert bench, you see there's tall glass, a piece of tall glass there, but then the second two panes are short glass, which is a little strange because everywhere else is tall glass, so not sure if those two panes were broken and are short glass, but that could be the reason that some of those pucks are going out of play right there. That's right where it was sent out by Alagna. Physical contact picking up for both sides as Labno made a stop. Muzinski threw it down low where Abram sent it up to Pramek. Fronte will move it in 2-on-2. A saucer pass that was 8 feet high bounces into the near side corner, and a wrestling match now on the near side where Wessel was tangled up with Pramek. And that was Yurkov who just came in and gave a stiff cross check there to Josh David. And this will be something to keep an eye on as emotions start to boil over for the Green Knights. in the St. Norbert end. Here's Malloy. Lofts that one in, where down in the butterfly to kick it out was Labno. Abram couldn't clear it, went off the skate of the referee. Del Marcel will have a shot, and it bounced way up into the air. And now Abram in the far side corner has it taken away by Gilbert. Centering pass is blocked by Alex Fronte, or Logan Pickens rather, who was down on the ice. Kircher is trying to control. He's got Abram right on him. And now Ulmer will skate it out. He's hooked down, and the Flyers will be seeing their first power play of the game. Mick Gilbert giving it to the referee, Chaz Del Marcel. Will take a seat. 2 minutes hooking is the call. Flyers will get their first look on the power play. Del Marcel, graduate of Bayport High School up in New Franken, Wisconsin. Steck on the near side will shoot, and Ernsting off the face-off. And it looks like the Flyers will be getting another, or the Green Knights rather, will be getting another penalty. And Ernsting is wheeling. Not sure what happened there. Elbowing is the call. Maybe not. A major penalty has been assessed. It might have been an elbow, or the referee was just adjusting his elbow pad. Not entirely sure there, but either way, Sean Yurkov, who had a couple penalties yesterday, it looks like Ernsting was cut in the ear area. Maybe it was an elbow. He makes his way to the dressing room. 4:05 left in period number 2. The Flyers will have the rest of this period on the power play. They've got a 5-on-3 chance here. Alagna. Flyers will go to work. Pickens on the far side. Moves it in across the box to Fronte. He will fire, and it's saved by Smith. Flyers will have a minute 33 more of 5-on-3 time. Now it looks like Ernsting is still being worked on by Karen, the trainer. The Flyers have another shot. And that's what I started to talk about, that emotions for the Green Knights are starting to boil over, and they're starting to make some silly plays, putting themselves down for almost a full 5-on-3 for almost a full 2 minutes. Here's Pamillo. We'll move it in one-on-one on the penalty kill. Pamillo in the offensive zone has it pushed off his stick by the back check of Braden Ricci. The Flyers have to be careful here on the power play. They've given up a couple shorthanded goals this season already. And now Pickens will move it in with speed. Logan Pickens will set it up. 44 seconds left on that first penalty to Del Marcel. Pickens on the far side to the middle, and it could not find the stick of Alagna. David to Fronte. Wine shoots. Rebound is there, and Alagna will put it home. Ben Alagna in perfect position on that 5-on-3 to get that pass right off the pads, and not a chance at all for A.J. Smith. Flyers are now up by 4. They'll still have 3.5 minutes on this major penalty. They can score as many times as they want. Here comes Logan Stumpf. He's moving in with speed. To the near side, the Flyers will set it back up. Pramack walks it in. He'll go across the box and try to find Ulmer, but he could not control. Ulmer gave it right away to Will Malloy. And now Adrian Abram with the push and back entry. Here's Caden Ulmer. Kind of fumbled it, but regains possession. He's got it near side corner. Poked right off his stick there by Nope. And once again, cleared all the way down by the Green Knights. Less than 2 minutes left to go in the second. Stumpf. Once again, the Flyers will have about half this major penalty left. Pickens to Stack. Walks it in. He'll shoot. Rebound is there. And it's cleared out by Will Malloy. Ricci. Across to the far side. Here's Alagna. Now David works the puck in. Had to fight through a hook there. On the far side, it's controlled down low by Alagna. Cross ice pass, couldn't find David, and the Flyers will have to clear the zone. 45 seconds left to go. Once again, David will bring down the left wing side. He moves to the middle, brings it to his backhand, and could not get a shot off. Pickens on the near side, walks, fires, and it got deflected out in front by Fronte up off the glass. Pickens again to Ricci on the far side. His snapshot didn't quite get all of that. And an easy save is made by A.J. Smith. A notable force on the power play for the Flyers, and Scotty Ernsting is still absent after taking either an elbow or a stick up in the ear area, causing that major penalty. Here's Steck. Stumpf on the point. To the far side, his pass could not be handled by Pramack. The Flyers keep it in, though. It went up off the stanchion. Cross ice pass to Steck. He will shoot, and down in the butterfly was Smith. And now Pamillo. He scoops it in and was moving fast on the penalty kill, but he ran out of time. And Labneau made the save as the horn went. Another great second period for the Lewis Flyers as they take a 4-goal lead into the dressing room. Scotty Ernsting still dealing with that injury. Not sure if we'll try and get an update during the intermission, but obviously the referees saw it and decided to dish out a major penalty. There's still 20 minutes more of hockey before this one's done here in Romeoville. We're going to see that last 20 minutes in about 13 minutes. You're watching Flyers hockey right here on the Lewis University Television Network.
As far as that first period, yes, it was a very good, solid first period. The way our defensemen were playing aggressively in the offensive zone and the way we were trapping, We were making pretty decent decisions without the puck. I think we were covering the weak side a lot better through the neutral zone, which prevented the other team to be able to go into our zone with control. We outshot them. I believe it was 26-6 or somewhere around those lines. But most of that was just simply because we kept the puck in the offensive zone really well. There were still a lot of things from that first period that we needed to work on. So I would expect that. I appreciate your saying that was, quote unquote, the best. But I think we have more to come. I think that there's better hockey to come than that. And we also have to maintain and be a little bit more consistent with it as well, because historically last year, I think that they got in this rhythm of not playing as well in the second period. And I feel like some of that came through. So that's something that we've been addressing again in the locker room and trying to get these guys to make sure that they're aware that, each game has 3 periods. And we have to play like we did in the first period. We have to amp it up and play better in the second and third period than we did in the first period.
Yeah, and by no means am I saying that was perfect hockey in the first period, right? It was
perfect doesn't exist.
Right. You're right. Perfect does not exist, but it was well timed all around, I guess. Playing in the offensive zone obviously helps a lot.
Right.
You added some new defensemen who were contributing. Mike Steck, for example, I thought had a really good game on Friday and really on Saturday too. But I think Friday was when he had a goal on the power play, and that was one thing that I really noticed with him specifically. Was the work on the power play. And I know that's something that you guys have been working on in practice. Mm-hmm. How did you think your special teams did on Friday? Obviously, you had a lot more opportunity on Saturday on the kill, right, which we can get into a little bit. But you had a decent amount of opportunities on the power play on Friday. How do you think your guys did there?
I think that breaking out and going through the neutral zone was good and solid. Overall, I would say that the power play did okay, not great. There was a little bit too much skating with the puck as opposed to moving the puck. There was a lot of we got the power play goal, which was nice. But I feel like there were a lot more opportunities to develop better scoring chances, and I don't think that we were generating the number of scoring chances that we should. Mm-hmm. A lot of people, and it's fair. You can say that was a nice goal by Steck. Of course, I mean, anytime you score, that's a good
that's
thing.
A nice goal, yeah.
That's a good thing. But I'm looking at it a lot further than that. Mm-hmm. It's good to score the goals, but that doesn't necessarily, from a coaching perspective, that doesn't get me excited about what we're doing.
Right.
We need to do a better job in generating more scoring chances in each of our power play, and that's something that we sat down as a power play unit this week. We've addressed a lot of these things that we saw through the weekend and going through video. We've made some adjustments and tweaks to the game, and I think that will come through. In the next couple of weeks. You're not going to just say, okay, well then next weekend, oh boy, wouldn't it be great if we were to see 4 or 5 power play goals? Well, that's not necessarily the thing. I guess philosophically, I don't care to hang my hat on the production that you actually produce out of a power play.
Right.
Just because a goalie can make a great save. You made a great play. You did everything you were supposed to do leading up to the shot. You made a great shot, and maybe it hits the post. Maybe the goalie makes a great save. Maybe a defenseman is able to somehow get an elbow on it, and so some of those things are out of your control.
Right.
So what we do is we focus on what is in our control, and if we look at the way that we are producing score chances as our mark, then we're doing a good job. A really good power play does not have to score a goal. A really good power play will generate momentum for the next several minutes after. If you're able to maintain the puck in the offensive zone, you're moving the goalie post to post, you're generating scoring chances, you're wearing the other team down, you're getting down to the goalie, and that momentum will build. And that momentum will carry for several minutes after the power play. So even if you watch and you see how many scoring chances you get, there are a lot of times what will happen is you end up scoring maybe 2, 3, 5 minutes later.
Mm-hmm.
But it's that momentum that carried that, and that power play played a significant role.
Much like Brian Goot did on Friday. It was, I want to say it was less than 2 minutes after one of your power plays is when he got his goal.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that was a direct result of having, a million scoring chances on that power play, but you played a lot in the offensive zone. And, like you said, whether you're tiring the goalie out or you're just having presence in the offensive zone and getting some shots on goal is paramount,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's how you score goals, right?
Yeah.
Is you got to shoot the puck.
And sometimes just for the power play, the other team just starts to panic a little bit, and they're just sitting on edge, and they're sitting there, they're on the bench, and they're watching their team just getting peppered. And then they get out on the ice, and they're feeling like it still goes. So that's what drives that momentum can drive it. It is all subjective opinions, right?
Right.
Did Brian's goal end up because of that's
yeah.
You can connect those dots, or you can also splice it and say, no, that was a great play and this is what happened, and that's also true.
Yeah, that's what is it? Correlation does not always lead to causation, right, or something, where it's like right. The number of popsicles sold in India is related to, I don't know. But
exactly.
So, but that was on Friday. Overall, I thought you guys played really well. You had a little bit of the second period blues, shall we call it?
Yep.
How do you feel like you guys bounced? How do you feel about the play in the third period then? Because that then is coming off of a period that was kind of dominated by the other team. How do you think you guys played in the third on Friday?
Well, first in the second period, I don't feel like our PK was doing everything that they could. There was some slips on the PK. And then in the third period, I'd say the second and third period as a whole, we needed to do better on the PK side.
And you didn't give up a lot of penalty kills, or you didn't have to kill off a lot of.
we didn't get
Friday.
A lot of penalties.
Right.
Right.
So that's always a positive, right? And that was a big push for you last year.
Rhino from the flight department.
How are you?
Good, how are you? We're actually pre-flighting for the low pass, so I kind of just want to discuss it with you before we go out there.
Yeah, hopefully everything, if it's not too busy.
We call it a ceremonial low pass. You go lower to the ground at a higher speed to kind of signify moving on to a bigger and better career.
This is my last flight, Dave. Thanks again for wanting to do this. Yeah, of course, man. Thanks for asking me.
Lewis Tower, make left traffic, runway 2, cleared for takeoff.
I actually have mixed emotions right now. Watching him fly by brings me back memories to when he first started here at Lewis as a student and what he's been through with challenges. And now he is moving on with his career.
We have uniform for the requested 2 low passes over runway 9.
My Lewis experience has been adventurous. I've had a lot of opportunities to experience the flight side, the student life. I don't think I'd change one thing that I did here.
Seminole 0 Lima uniform, turn left on Gulf, taxi to the university via Bravo Echo, and congratulations on this advancement of your career, Rhino.
It is very sad, but at the same time, I'm excited to see what's next.
All right, welcome back to the Lewis University Television Network for period number 3 of Flyers hockey as the Flyers look to close out their second win against the St. Norbert College Green Knights. Flyers took a 4-goal lead away from the second period, and they still got 20 more minutes of hockey to close out this big win. We'll start off period number 3 on the power play. That major penalty that was assessed to Sean Yurkov for high sticking was the call. It's on Scotty Ernsting, who I did get the chance to have a brief conversation with in that intermission, and I did confirm that he was cut up on the ear, but obviously he's back playing again. Puck to the near side. Pramack's got it. As 5 more seconds of power play time. Steck on the top of the key there. Down low to Abram. Pramack with a backhanded shot is kicked out by Smith. Penalty over. 5-on-5 hockey. Flyers got 1 during that 5-on-3. Another power play goal, which they've been working on a lot this week, is work on the power play in practice. And that's 2 power play goals for the Lewis Flyers on the weekend. Stumpf wanted to give Sean Yurkov a little hug there. Probably had some choice words after Yurkov drew some color from the Magic Man. A nice wrestling style takedown in the far side corner there by Noah Kircher. And Rapaz with a diving play will keep that puck in. Here now is Yurkov in over the Flyer line on his backhand. He throws one on goal, and it's saved by Labno. Control in the far side corner by Ulmer. On the point is Callan. Send it down to Yurkov, who's got Braden Ricci right on him. And it's skated out by Ulmer. Turned over. Here's Casal to the offensive zone. Will have a shot that is high and wide of the net. Ulmer gave it right to Malloy, who bounces one just past the net, and falling on top of that is Labno, who will draw a whistle and a smile from Ben Alagna. .17-12 left in the third frame. Face off in the left circle. Puck sent up to Logan Stumpf. Out to play it is Smith. He's got to be careful. Gave it right away yesterday. Smith did when coming out to play it just like that to Brian Goot. Scotty Ernsting. Puck bounced off his stick and off the side of the goal frame, and moving in with speed was Brian Goot. Like a freight train. Got to keep your head up while Goot's on the ice. And another body check there on Muzinski behind the Norbert net. And now Stumpf's got it. On the point is Pickens. Snaps one over to Ernsting. Steck keeps it in and sends it down behind the net. Reversed by Muzinski. And now controlled on the half wall by Del Marcel, who lofted it high into the air to Soman in the neutral zone. And his attempt was easily handled by Labno. Now with speed is David in over the Norbert line. He brings it to the middle, and once again, A.J. Smith had the paddle down on the ice. He did that back in the first period. I believe that was on Josh David again, who uses his speed to buzz down the wall and try and power move it to the middle, but A.J. Smith was there ready for it. Josh David having an excellent weekend. Had a goal yesterday, a goal and an assist so far today, if not more than that. Pramac will take it away and try a shot that was blocked. Right back in are the Flyers. Here's Fronte. Throws one on goal, turned out in front. Rebound was found by David. The Flyers hammer away at it. And down on the ice, somehow Smith found it. And then, while still on the ground, had Josh David pushed right on top of him by Blake Nope. And we're going to see a face-off to the right wing side. Referee's not very satisfied. And Jim Swire was showing some emotion on the bench and was fired up about, I believe, line change. Either way, face-off will commence. Abram on the point will shoot, and it was deflected out in front by Stumpf. Back up on the point, and another shot was saved once again by Smith. Here's Ernsting, moving quick. Still has control of the puck. And now Goot comes in. Back to Ernsting, who will shoot. And it goes up off the glass. And another quality shot for the Magic Man. Far side, Ricci will throw one on goal. Hit traffic out in front. Goot controls to Ernsting in the middle. He is looking for some vengeance as Goot moved in and had another big body check. Yurkov, just as he crossed over the blue line, lofted one right to Labno, who didn't like what he saw, and he'll hold on. Goot once again doing a good job throwing his weight around and creating turnovers, causing turnovers rather, in the offensive zone. As now the Flyers are in 2-on-1. David's got it. He's got Fronte in the middle, and that pass and a one-timer from Fronte is turned aside by Smith, who made another grade A stop right there. In the offensive zone, Fronte threw one on goal, and Smith had his skate pressed up against the post. In the middle, Fronte battles through some sticks. Here's David. Centering pass will find Premek at the top of the crease, and the Flyers get another one. Caleb Premek having an excellent weekend here in Romeoville. Has been on the ice for a majority of the Flyers' goals, and finally is able to find the back of the net for the first time this weekend, and possibly for the first time as a Lewis Flyer. They went and grabbed that puck. So you have to think that that was Premek's first goal, first official goal as a Lewis Flyer. Of course, having that one called back yesterday. The Flyers are up by 5. Snapped up to Omer. Gets it into the offensive zone. And the Knights can't do anything, so back in his own zone is Logan Pickens. Rung around the boards to Omer. Touch pass was out of the reach of Ropaz. Wolninski fights through some contact from Kircher. Kept in. Pickens down to Wolninski rather in the corner. Tried a power move to the middle, but had his stick lifted. And now with speed is Wessel. Had a pass in the skates of Casalt, and it bounces all the way into the Flyers zone. Pickens is taken down. Wessel has it. To the middle is Malloy, and a goal is scored. Looks like that was Casalt. Who maybe just got his first goal as a Green Knight. Logan Pickens was taken down in the far side corner, which caused that turnover and allowed Casalt to get that shot off. Graduate of Stevenson High School, Chase Casalt. He's playing for the Northwest Chargers last year and found the back of the net a couple times for them. 6 goals in 29 games played for Long Grove native. And got his first one as a Green Knight here against the Lewis Flyers. Flyers still up by 4. 12:36 left to go in the third. Good test for the Flyers to see if they'll be able to respond to that goal from Casalt. Get the momentum back on their side of the ice. Dangerous pass there by Abram. Fronte backhands it up off the glass. It comes down to the neutral zone, and Premek is right there. He finds it in the offensive zone. Caleb Premek almost dragged it back to the front, sat behind Smith in a pile-up in front of the Norbert net. I do think A.J. Smith finally found it and gets a pat on the head there from Josh David, who was right there looking for anything that Smith was going to give him, but he didn't. And we'll see a face-off in the Green Knight zone. Under 12 minutes left to go now in this third period. A.J. Smith doing everything he can to keep the momentum on his side of the ice, as that centering pass was shot a couple times by Ernsting, but it was shut down. Going back the other way is Casalt, and way out to play it was Labno. Puck in the near side corner, found by Abram. Controlled behind the net now. Far side, Casalt sends it back down low. And now Ernsting to Goot. In over the Norbert line. He's got Stumpf in the middle. Brian Goot centering pass, found Ernsting. And he found it to kind of bounced right off the blade of his stick, and Kircher couldn't control, so Smith will cover up. 11:16 left to go as the Flyers look to respond to Chase Casalt's goal. Now looks like Dan Woods is having some words with the referee. Won by the Flyers. Sent down low by Alagna. Controlled by Wessel. They turn it over. A centering pass, a shot attempt, and Omer's there to hammer away, but door is shut by Smith. Having some offensive zone time here is this Flyers line. Face off one. Here's Rapaz. Turns, fires, and it goes right into the glove of Smith. And we'll try again. A lot of athletics going on at Lewis University this weekend. There was women's volleyball today, and Romeoville, as Omer has another try at it. But this morning was the Lewis crossover, where over 50 schools from around the country came and ran the Lewis cross country course. Great event. They'll be having another cross country race later this month on the 25th. So if you're in the Romeoville area, you can come check that out. It's quite the sight to see. See all those runners running down the open space, and Jim Swire's fired up on the bench. He's very vocal. I think trying to inspire his team a little bit. Now moving with speed is Casalt, who tried to skate right through the chest of Logan Pickens. And a whistle stopping play, I believe, for offsides. Face off outside the Lewis Flyers blue line. 10:21 left to go as we approach the halfway point in this third period. Flyers still looking for a response to Casalt's goal as they turn it over in their defensive zone. Shot from the point is deflected by Pamillo, but it went up into the near side corner. Off a stanchion now in the middle is Nope. Gave it to Steck in his own zone. And the Flyers look to dictate pace of play here as an errant pass is taken away by Fronte, and he'll bring it back in, and he can't quite control it. Now David swoops in and picks it up. Down behind the net, Josh David has three Knights players on him. He'll find Pickens on the far side point. He will throw one on goal. And it was turned aside by some traffic out in front. Down low, Primek caught the Zamboni door and changed direction on him, but it's once again kept in by Pickens on the point. And the Green Knights have iced it, so the Flyers will have kind of an opportunity here for an offensive zone face-off. Scotty Ernsting, Logan Stumpf, and Brian Goot back on the ice. Ernsting has two today. He's got the hot stick, looking for the hat trick. Wins that face-off. Stumpf will throw one. And it was just wide. Goot trying a centering pass, and it was blocked by Noah Kircher. Kept in by Ricci on the point. Finds Ernsting in the middle. Sends it across to Abram. He will throw one on goal, and it's turned aside by Smith. Abram across to Ricci. Slaps one, and it went off the shin pad that time of Goot. And skeetering to the near side. Abram across the ice. We'll find Ricci, who just took a hand to the face from Sean Yurkov. He's seen the inside of the penalty box a few times already. As Yurkov will have to come back onto the ice after he had iced the puck. 8:18 left to go. We'll see a face-off to the left wing side of Anders Smith. Pickens winds and shoots it, and it went right off the shin pad of Will Malloy. Ulmer now in the far side corner. Will try and bring it to the middle and snaps one on goal. And it's absorbed by Smith. And that shot received an ovation from the Flyers bench. And there's a sneaky little move there from the Flyers forward, Caden Ulmer, who is in his third year now playing Flyers hockey. And that shot from the point hits Smith up high. And right there is Ropaz. And some extracurriculars after that one. Caden Ulmer is another all-around player for the Lewis Flyers. Can put the puck in the back of the net when he needs to, and also isn't afraid to use his body to his advantage. Ernsting will cycle it down to Goot in the corner. Sent out, and some contact there, and Alagna's dragged down to the ice. There's not going to be a call there, much to the dismay of Jim Swoyer on the Flyers bench. Here's Stumpf. Works the puck in over the Norbert line. Will throw one on goal, and he scores! Logan Stumpf beat A.J. Smith with a quick shot as he made his way in over the St. Norbert line. We've seen Stumpf do that a few times. I think I've even expressed my displeasure with that, sometimes forcing that shot too quick, but it worked out for him there as the Flyers now with the touchdown against the St. Norbert Green Knights. Up by 5 with 7:16 left to go in the third frame. Roland Callan gets it into the Flyers' end. Here's Stumpf. Backhand pass up to Ernsting. Looking for the hat trick is the Magic Man. Still works the puck down to the front of the net, and it was deflected by Rapaz, who gets it back in the far side corner. Soman gets it to Gilbert, who gives it away to Abram. Wilninski tried a cross-ice pass to Rapaz, but it was blocked. And now the Green Knights will have a try. Flyers finally found a response, which is good to see that they're able to, again, change the momentum back into their favor. And an easy stop made by Labno will result in a face-off. 6:11 left to go in the third period, and Flyers now controlling pace of play once again. The Flyers have been making constant adjustments as that one's knocked down with the head of Wessel right to the stick of Wilninski. He battles through some contact. Wilninski's got it, tries to drag it to the front, sits on Wilninski's skates, and it's cleared up to the point. Here's Ricci. Trying to find Omer in the middle. He couldn't quite control. Here's Pamillo. Got one of the nice goals today. Del Marcel scoops it on up. Now Ricci to Alagna. Cross-ice pass finds Pramac. He's in over the Knights line, brings it to the middle. Pramac will try and bring it in front. And crashing hard to the net was Alex Fronte, who had some contact with someone out in front and ended up colliding with Pramac, forcing him into the goal frame, dislodging it from its regular position. That's what caused that stoppage of play. Still see a face-off in the Knights end, though. Won by the Flyers. Pickens across to Abrams, slaps it down low. Fronte battles through contact with Callan. Behind the net, Josh David. Battles through a hook from Callan that time. Kept in by Pramac. Finally, the Knights are able to clear, and Roland Callan, who had a pretty good year last year in the Great Lakes Hockey League. A slap shot from Fronte from the point will find its way out of play. Roland Callan, though, is playing in the GLHL. And the DPR Deacons had a pretty successful run there last year, and 17 games played at 26 goals and 11 assists, 37 points in 17 games. For the freshman, doing a good job here today against the Flyers. Into the zone is Soman. He throws one on goal. It's turned aside by Labno. Stumpf is forced to stop to avoid contact. Here's Ernsting into the offensive zone. Drags, fires, and his shot goes off the pad of Smith. Had a kind of a deceptive move there. Looked like he was going to do a toe drag, but ended up just shooting that puck. Steck forcing Smith again to make a stop. Controlled by Brian Gute on the near side. Behind the net. Finds Stumpf. One-timer is turned aside by Smith. Here's Ernsting. Top of the far side circle in the middle, will throw one on goal, and it's blockered down by Smith once again. Great shift here for the Ernsting line. 3.5 minutes left to go. Puck cleared up off the glass. Will find Casalt. Turns it over. Here's Stumpf. And they're offsides. That was a dangerous play at the blue line there for the Green Knights. Luckily for them, Ernsting was still working on getting out of the zone, and otherwise Logan Stumpf would have been going in all alone. 3:18 left to go in the third period. Here's Mike Steck. Slaps one in. Taken away by Wilninski in the middle. Comes back to him. Lewis Flyers still looking for a call in the offensive zone. Here's Wilninski to the middle. He'll throw one, and it will be blocked out in front by Patrick Muzinski. In his own zone now, Alagna. 2.5 minutes left to go in the third. Up to Ethan Rapaz, who is at the end of a long shift, and so he cannot win that race. Flyers will look to finish this game off strong. 2:20 left to go. Take some momentum away from this series, and overall has played really well in one of the best series that I've ever seen the Flyers play. Here's Josh David again motoring into the St. Knights end, and a centering pass found Fronte, who was right on top of A.J. Smith. And the whistle will sound. Fronte is in the right place at the right time. Has really done a good job today playing with Josh David and Caleb Pramek. Sent back in by Logan Pickens. Pramek could not control. It's brought back out by Soman. Tries to bring it to the middle. Soman ran into a couple Flyers players there. That was Alagna who laid the shoulder into him. Back the other way, Pramek. He's dragged down to the ice this time. That was Will Malloy, who was all over Pramek, and he didn't really get a good offensive opportunity as a result. But the Flyers will still see a face-off in the offensive zone. Minute 27 left. Face-off to the right wing side. I think it was won by the Flyers, but it's picked up by Pamillo, who's in over the Flyer line. Drop pass. He will shoot. And it's saved by Labno, who didn't give a second chance. Again, Flyers goalie Thomas Labno in his first look for the D2 Flyers this season has looked really well. He's made some really good saves. Makes another one right there. Controlled that rebound. It's backhanded out by Stack. And that's got to be... They turn it over. Ropaz is in. He shoots, and it's saved by Smith. Rebound sat there. Stumpf out in front. He still got it. And a big defensive play by the Green Knights, and a big save made by A.J. Smith on that Ropaz breakaway. Ropaz is dragged down to the ice by Nope. Kircher has it taken away by Stumpf, who could not control. Malloy across to Pamillo. Holds up and sends it down low. Yurkov. Behind the net it goes. Stack lofts it all the way out. And out to play it is A.J. Smith. And that will just about run out the clock. Flyers get their second win this weekend here at Canlan. An excellent outing for this Flyers hockey team, who have been working on putting things together. They showed a lot of promise last season, and they pick up their second win of the weekend against the St. Norbert Green Knights. I think Jim Swoyer has a lot to be happy about. His team made adjustments before the start of this hockey game, created chances in the offensive zone, made less fatal errors in the defensive zone, less ugly turnovers that led to scoring chances for the other team. Played well in the neutral zone, moved the puck, showed some creativity in the offensive zone, and as a result, they get another win against the St. Norbert College Green Knights. Flyers will have next week off. Then we'll come back the following week and take on Michigan Tech. Actually, next week they will be on the road. They've got a couple road trips planned up through the Upper Peninsula, down through Wisconsin. We have a couple of important events coming up. We have Alumni Night as well as Cancer Night that will be before Christmas. So be sure to tune into the Lewis University Hockey webpage. That has all the information there. The next time we'll be here, we'll have a series on Halloween as well. So be a fun time. Nice spooky stream, as it were. Want to give a shout out to my dad who comes and operates the camera. Thanks so much. It's been a pleasure to bring you a couple of Flyers wins here at Canlan. We will catch you all on the next one. Thank you so much for listening.